I looked into his eyes, which were far larger than mine. Here we find that there is an engagement between the speaker and her victim. I looked into his eyes, which were far larger than mine. To begin with, the speaker and the fish were two differing and different entities. And the speaker was filled with a sense of triumph at having got the fish. As the poem moves forward, the focus shifts to the fish from the speaker, shifts from the speaker to the fish. And now we find that there is an attempt on the part of the speaker to establish an engagement with the fish. I looked into his eyes, which were far larger than mine. Large eyes are supposed to signify beauty, at least in India. The speaker looks into the eyes of the fish and discovers that the eyes are larger than her own eyes. There is an attempt on the part of the speaker to reach out to her victim, to establish a relationship with her victim, even try to establish a rapport with her victim. What follows is a brilliant description of the eyes of the fish. The eye of the fish is less deep and more yellow than the eye of the speaker. The iris is the membrane, the flat membrane of the eye. It seems to be packed with tarnished tin foil. Tin foil is a very thin sheet of metal, in this case tin. Foil is very thin sheet of metal. In this particular case, it is foil made of tin. Tarnished tin foil. It is not in good shape. It is not in good condition. Seen through the lenses of old, scratched isinglass. Isinglass is a kind of gelatin obtained from fish. It appears to the speaker that eyes of the fish are less deep, more yellow than the eyes of the speaker. That the iris of each eye of the fish is packed with thin sheets of tin, not in good condition, and that there is isinglass, scratched isinglass. Isinglass is a kind of gelatin. Gelatin is a colorless food substance. Colorless food substance. They shifted a little, but not to return my stare. It was more like the tipping of an object toward the light. These are important lines because they capture the reaction of the fish to what the fisherwoman has done to him. The fisherwoman looks into the eyes of the fish. The eyes of the fish respond, but they do not respond enough to return the fisherwoman's stare. The movement of the eyes was like the tipping of an object toward the light. To tip means, in this context, to move towards one direction or to cause to move towards one direction. The fish fully understands that the fisherwoman is looking into his eyes, but the fish does not want to look into the eyes of the fisherwoman. This reaction of the fish registers the pain, the agony, the anger, the feeling of victimization experienced by the fish as a result of the traumatic incident which has just taken place. For the fisherwoman, it may be a thrilling incident, but for the fish, it's a traumatic incident. I would like to pause here for a moment and try to differentiate between the two terms fisherman and angler. I would also like to answer the question whether the speaker in the present poem is a fisherwoman or an angler. Fisherman or fisherwoman is a very general term. A fisherman catches fish for sport, for a living, for eating. Angler is a more specific term. Angler is a fisherman who catches fish in a specific manner. He uses the angle or the hook, and the hook is attached to the line, and the line is attached to the rod. So the angler has to use the angle or the hook in order to catch fish. Every angler is thus a fisherman, but every fisherman need not be an angler. Fishermen use a variety of devices, like nets, like traps, to catch fish. They may catch fish for sport, they may catch fish for a living, they may catch fish for eating, but an angler catches fish only for sport. And frequently the angler releases the fish that he catches back into the water. It is frequently said that an angler is more skilled in the art, in the science of catching fish. Anybody who catches fish is a fisherman. But an angler usually displays greater commitment, greater dedication to angling, and is frequently a more skilled practitioner of catching fish, of the science of catching fish, of the art of catching fish, than the fisherman. Now we come to the question whether the speaker in the present poem is a fisherwoman or a woman angler. She is certainly a fisherwoman because she catches fish. But I think it would be better to call her a woman angler because she uses the angle, the hook, to catch fish, and also because she catches fish as a sport, and even more because she releases the fish that she catches back into the water. So the speaker in the present poem is a fisherwoman. She is also a woman angler, and it would be better to call her a woman angler than a fisherwoman. I would like to bring to your attention the 1653 masterpiece of Isaac Walton, The Complete Angler. It is one of my favorite books. You don't have to be an angler. You don't have to catch fish. You don't have to eat fish even in order to appreciate the beauty of the complete angler. The complete angler is a celebration of the art of angling, of the spirit of angling, of the science of angling, a celebration in prose as well as in verse. When you get the opportunity, please make it a point to look through this brilliant book.